Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. We'll start in a couple of minutes. Okay, so in our earlier class, we have discussed about the industrial preparation of hydrogen by what method? So
Good
one is
morning,
So
sir.
first wash process and then electrolysis one and then laboratory preparation.
okay. So one is laboratory preparation and one is the industrial manufacturing. Right? So the laboratory preparation is by using by three methods, right? One is using what? Reaction with water,
Zinc.
dilute acid, and alkali. Okay, three types of reactions we saw. Metals with
Yes,
the
sir.
reacting with water or dilute acid or alkali, reaction of the metals, and also there is one reaction with the non-metal, that is carbon. So these were the laboratory preparation. Then we are looking at the industrial preparation. Okay, because industrial preparation has to be done in large scale. So yesterday we saw that was the Bosch process. Okay, Bosch process. Okay, another one, that is electrolysis. Okay, it is written in the textbook, it is not in your syllabus, but we will discuss this one. Okay, electrolysis is important point, so we will discuss this one. So what is happening in the electrolysis? Electrolysis, that is a breakdown using the electricity. Okay, so is the water, pure water, a good conductor of electricity?
Yes, sir.
So distilled water is a bad conductor.
Yes. So when we say pure water, distilled water, okay, high quality RO water, all of these are bad conductors of electricity, because to be a good conductor of electricity, there should be some kind of a charge factor should be there. Electrons should be able to flow. So here, since pure water is a bad conductor of electricity, what we will do, we will add some acid, little bit of acid will add. So in this way, what we are doing, we are ionizing that water. Okay, once it becomes ionic, then it can be a good conductor of electricity. Now this acidified water can be written as a reversible breakdown or ionization to form the H plus and OH minus. Okay, these two charge species can form from the dissociation of water. H plus is the proton and OH minus is the hydroxide ion. Okay, so what is going to happen? The plus charge, this ion is known as what kind of ion? Positively charged ions are known as
So cation.
cation. Okay, cation, and this negative charge is known as the
Anion.
anion. Now if we look at the reaction, what is going to take place at cathode and anode? We will compare these two, cathode and anode. So what is the cathode? You can remember that the cations will always migrate towards the cathode. Okay, so opposite charges will attract each other, no? So cation is positively charged, therefore cathode will be negatively charged. Okay, and similarly the anions, they will get attracted towards the anode. So anode will be the charge of the negative charge. So what it means actually, positive or negative charge of the electrode?
positive charge of the electrode.
For example, we are telling that the cathode is negatively charged, no? So when we say that it is negatively charged, what it means, it is having the more
Dense electrons.
more dense of electrons, okay, compared to the anode. Okay, it is always comparison. So compared to the anode, the cathode, that metal whatever it is made up of, it has the more number of electrons. It is a negatively charged. This cation is a positively charged. Okay, so it wants to stabilize, so it wants the electrons, no? So then it will migrate towards the cathode. So at the cathode, what reaction will take place? The cations are migrating towards cathode. They will go and they will take up the electron, okay, because they are deficient of electrons. They will take the
Yes.
electron and become the monoatomic hydrogen. So two monoatomic hydrogens will combine together to form the stable diatomic hydrogen. Okay, two atoms of hydrogen is one molecule of hydrogen. Okay, so this happens at the cathode. The anode will be the positively charged species. So anion will migrate towards the anode. So OH minus hydroxide ion will, okay, it is negatively charged, that means it is having more electrons. So it want to get rid of that electrons to get to be stable, to become non-ionic. It becomes OH. So this OH is a not a very stable species. Two OH, you can say, radicals will combine together to form the water molecule
Water plus oxygen.
and
Monoatomic.
monoatomic oxygen. Monoatomic oxygen, two of them will combine together to form the diatomic hydrogen, which will be liberated as a gas. So basically what is going to happen is that at the cathode, the hydrogen gas will be released, and at the anode, the oxygen gas will be released. Okay. So we can collect the hydrogen gas, whatever is emitting from the cathode, we can collect the gas. Okay. So that is the what is happening in the electrolysis overall. Okay. So all of you followed in this one. Anything you have doubt? Shall we move forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, we are going to look at the properties of hydrogen. So there are the two we will be looking is the physical property and chemical property. So the physical property is the hydrogen gas is a colorless gas, odorless, tasteless, okay, non-toxic. Its density is more or less than the regular air atmosphere.
So less dense than air.
Less dense. It is almost 14 times less dense. Okay.
So 14.4 times.
It is almost 4 times. Sorry, yeah. So 4 times it is less dense than the atmosphere, atmospheric air. Okay. And its liquefaction temperature is minus. Okay, you can't.
240.
You need not remember all this kind of data. Data is not important to remember. But here, what is important is that general character. Okay, so this is a 14 only, not 4. Okay, 14 times in your textbook also is given 14 times less dense than water. Okay, and it is liquefying at minus 240 degrees centigrade at atmospheric, how much atmospheric pressure? 20 atmosphere.
20.
So 20 times of pressure of the atmosphere if you apply, it will happen, liquefy. So we have to give a lot of pressure and reduce the temperature a lot to liquefy. So it is a very what you can tell, expensive process. Okay, for example, we are using LPG cylinders at our home, no? So
Yes.
we are not going for any such a low temperature to liquefy that gas, and so much high pressure is not required. Okay, So if we want to work with hydrogen and want to look at hydrogen as a alternative fuel, there should be some better way of handling it. Okay, so what we are going to use the other property of the hydrogen, that is the we will be using, for example, the occlusion or adsorption process. Okay, so what is happening in this occlusion or adsorption? So when we are taking some metals like palladium, platinum, nickel, then almost one part of the metal, if you take 1 gram, it can hold almost 900 grams of the hydrogen at room temperature. Okay, so much volume of that gas can be accommodated in the very less volume of this metal. So what is happening is, for example, palladium, platinum, nickel, very fine powder of this metal is used. Okay, very fine powder of this metal, and at a molecular level what happens is that between the atoms, okay, there is in the in the crystal structure, there will be what you say lattice space. There will be between the atoms, there will be some space will be there in the crystal. Okay, so you know that metals they form crystal shape, no, they are not amorphous. Metals are not amorphous, they are in crystal. So that whatever gaps are there inside that crystal structure, that will be used for trapping this hydrogen gas. Okay, so this works same similar to a sponge and may seem to be absorption, but this is a known as adsorption, adsorption. Okay, it is a physical phenomena where it is taking place in between the wide spaces in the crystals. Okay, so this is one method, one principle that can be used to store the hydrogen gas. Then let us look at some of the chemical properties of hydrogen. Three important reactions are there. One is with the non-metals, okay. Other is with the metals and metal oxides. Okay, so we will see one by one. Okay, and there is a process of hydrogenation. So in chemical reaction, first with the non-metals, hydrogen can react with oxygen to form
Water.
water. Okay, so that is a one reaction. So whatever this reaction is taking place, it is if you observation for this reaction is, it will produce what kind of sound in the presence of oxygen when we are reacting?
Sir, pop sound.
Pop sound. Okay, that is in the presence of oxygen, and it will give a pale blue color flame. Okay, the hydrogen itself does not support the burning process, the combustion, but it will burn itself. Okay, and such a mixture of the hydrogen and oxygen will be known as a detonating mixture. Okay, so this mixture as it is can be known as a
Detonating mixture.
detonating mixture. Okay, but hydrogen itself will not support combustion. Okay, so this is one reaction with oxygen. Another reaction is for this reaction to take place, we don't have to really supply a lot of energy. Okay, is more or less spontaneous. You put this one little bit of that flame, it will continue. The reaction of the hydrogen with chlorine gas, okay, to form hydrogen chloride acid. Okay, so this is a photochemical reaction. Okay, so if the intensity of the sunlight is less, okay, that is a diffused sunlight, then reaction will be slow. But if it is a intense sunlight, then reaction will be explosive. Okay, so this one reaction with chlorine is an example of photochemical reaction. Then reaction with nitrogen. Hydrogen can also react directly, combine with nitrogen, but of course it needs some special catalyst to form ammonia. Okay, it will form the ammonia. This reaction is known as the Haber's process. Okay, so in Haber's process, ammonia is generated. Ammonia is extremely important chemical used in the industries, so many places, agriculture, so many places. Ammonia is very useful chemical. But naturally, if you want to get ammonia, that is very tricky. We want to do industrial production, that is by Haber's process. So in this one, 500 degrees centigrade of temperature, from 200 to 900 atmosphere of pressure, catalyst, iron catalyst, okay, and promoter
Molybdenum.
is molybdenum. Okay, so here, just like we saw yesterday, promoter and catalyst we have discussed yesterday. Okay, same thing here in Haber's process also. Iron is the catalyst and promoter here is the molybdenum. Okay, in that yesterday reaction we saw that the promoter was the chromic oxide. Okay, so this is the catalyst is going to directly participate in the conversion of the reactant to product. But the promoter is not going to interact with the reactants or the product. It is only interacting with the catalyst. Another reaction of the hydrogen is with sulfur. Okay, it will form the hydrogen sulfide. Okay, it is a rotten egg smell. Okay, so these are some reactions of the hydrogen with the non-metals. Okay, then we'll look at some of the reactions of the hydrogen with the metals. The more reactive metals, okay, reactivity series in the top, potassium. So we'll start with the potassium. Potassium reacting with hydrogen, okay, requires the supply of heat. It will give
Potassium hydride.
hydride, okay, KH, okay, hydride. Also valency 1, potassium also 1, potassium hydride. Okay, yesterday we saw the impurities while preparation of the hydrogen. Okay, arsenic hydride. Okay, this kind of hydrides are with the direct hydrogen combination. Okay, so this reaction of the metal with the hydrogen. Okay, same like potassium, sodium, calcium, they can react. Okay, same thing. So these are what we are seeing, that the more reactive metals are reacting, like sodium, potassium and calcium. So similar to this one, okay, it will form the sodium hydride. Okay, calcium also similarly will form the calcium hydride. Okay, if calcium hydride is reacted with water, calcium hydride
The calcium
reacted with water.
hydroxide plus hydride.
So this calcium hydroxide is nothing but the, you say, the lime water.
Lime water.
Okay, and it will release the hydrogen gas. Okay, so calcium hydride reaction with water can also release hydrogen gas. This is also very excellent reaction. Okay, now in the ripening of the fruits like the mangoes and so on, one powder is used. Okay, one powder is used, so you can try to find out so what is going on there. Okay, so there also there is a compound, it will spontaneously dissociate, of course, with the atmospheric water. Need not put directly water, whatever moisture is there in the atmosphere, and it will generate a gas. Okay, so that is a different thing. Here we are just concerned here is a reaction of hydrogen with metal, potassium, sodium, calcium. Okay, only the higher reactivity metals we are seeing here the reaction is taking place. Next, metal oxides. So if you take the metal oxide, for example, oxide of copper reacting with the hydrogen, whether there is going to be an oxidation or reduction of the copper. Hydrogen will act as a reducing agent or oxidizing agent.
So reducing agent.
Hydrogen is a reducing agent. So if it is a reducing agent, then copper you should get, it is reduced, no? So loss of water, and hydrogen
Okay.
itself will combine with water to form, with the oxygen to form the water. Okay, so this one is black in color, whereas the elemental copper is a reddish brown. Okay, these days many people use the copper water bottles, no? Color is reddish brown. Then lead oxide, okay, reacting with the hydrogen, another metal oxide reacting with the hydrogen. This lead oxide is very commonly used as a paint pigment, intense yellow color. Sometimes you will see even during the Holi festival also people are using synthetic paints, chemical paints. Okay, they can be toxic. It is always so, don't use those kind of paints. They are toxic because they will be having heavy metals like this one, lead oxide. Okay, yellow color. So when it is reacting with the hydrogen acting as a reducing agent, you will get the lead and water. Okay, so this is yellow color. Yellow color is into silver gray. Fe3O4. Okay, this is nothing but the rust. Rust appears something like a brown color, rust of iron. Okay, reacting with the hydrogen, same reduction is going to take place. You will get the iron and water will be released. Okay, doing the balancing, you will get the, so brown is converted to elemental iron, gray color. Ferrous oxide Fe2O3 also can be reduced to give the iron, that is gray color, and water. Okay, this is also brown in color. So these are a few reactions in which hydrogen is acting as a reducing agent. Okay, it's acting as a reducing agent. So it is acting as a reducing agent. It is breaking down the oxide of the metal into the metallic form. Okay. Next important reaction of the hydrogen is known as the hydrogenation reaction. Okay, hydrogenation. So that means we are going to add hydrogen into that compound. Okay, this particular term is reserved for a special where there is the unsaturated bonds are there. That is, for carbon is not single bond, it is a double bond or triple bond. Okay, for example, this compound is two carbon compound, no? Methane single carbon compound, two carbon ethane with the double bond, so it will be ethene or ethylene, you can say. Okay, reacting with the hydrogen, so one hydrogen will come here, one hydrogen will come here, so it will become CH3 CH3. Okay, two carbon, okay, C2H6, so that will become ethane, ene. Okay, so unsaturated double bond, okay, double bond is converted into single covalent bond. So this is what is the process, is a hydrogenation. In this one a catalyst will be required. Okay, the catalyst will be the nickel catalyst.
Nic-
Okay, nickel catalyst. So hydrogenation reaction is also used mainly for the conversion of the oils. Okay, taking the oils and converted into vanaspati, or which appears like a ghee, right? So it will be solid like room temperature. So what is happening, oils, they are very long carbon compounds. Okay, but they will be having some kind of double bonds in between. Okay, therefore in their structure, because of their structure, they are liquid at room temperature. Oils are liquid at room temperature. But if you are adding hydrogen, what happens is this double bonds will be become single bond. Okay, then what will happen, these molecules, they can come close to each other like this by interaction. Okay, hydrophobic interaction, so they can easily become a solid. They will interact with each other and become solid. So this is one ethylene one reaction, or it can be with a triple bond, carbon carbon triple bond. Okay, so this is acetylene, the acetylene flame that is used for the welding purposes. Okay, in welding we use that flame, no, that is acetylene flame. So this acetylene is having the three bonds like this, covalent bonds are there, okay, between the carbon atoms. So that will what will take place, hydrogen will be added to it, and you will get again this ethane, CH3 ethane. Okay, so this is also an example of the hydrogenation. So in this way we have seen few examples of the reactions of hydrogen. So today we will meet at 5 o'clock. Okay, and 5 to 6 we can have one class, so that
No, sir.
yes.
5, but many of us are having tuitions at 5.
Okay, is any other time you can suggest, all of you?
or 7.
So
Se-
7.
7.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So 7 to 8.
Sir, 3?
won't 7 to 8 be too late?
Sir, 3 is very early, sir. Means I have tuition, sir.
Okay,
4?
Yes, sir.
okay,
Sir, 4?
Sir, I think
So 5.
everyone is busy between 3 to 5.
okay,
Almost everyone.
okay. But 7 to 8, is it convenient for all of you, or do you think it is a bit
Yes,
too
sir.
late? Huh?
Convenient.
Isn't
So
Yes,
it?
it's
sir, it is
convenient.
convenient. Wait.
Okay, so maybe I would like to listen a few more people. All of you okay with 7 to 8 today?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then what I will do is I will put the message in the group, and today from 7 to 8 we can have one class. Okay. So it will help us to finish this chapter early, and also if time permits, no, then we can do more revisions in the coming classes. Okay. So everyone will be in the same one. Okay, then I will see you today at 7 o'clock. I will put a message in the group. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.